Today, I'm back at Max Motive in Cheswick, Pennsylvania to look at one of the cars that I've always wanted to take an in-depth look and do a review on, the 1964 Buick Rivera. If you just stumbled upon this channel for the first time, I'd invite you to hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, turn on all post notifications so you know when a video drops, because I'm not a very consistent person. I try to post at least 2 to 4 car videos a week, but they're not usually on the same day. So if you hit the notification button, it will tell you when a video drops. Lots of cool stuff coming up. You don't want to miss a video. Okay, let's talk Buick Riviera. The Riviera was introduced in 1963, and it was Buick's entry into the personal luxury car segment, the one that the Ford Thunderbird created and was dominating since 1955. The Riviera is considered an X-frame car. It was built using an all-new platform called the GME platform. Some other cool cars that were used on this platform was the Olds Toronado and the Cadillac Eldorado. Buick Riviera was designed by Bill Mitchell. Is this Bill Mitchell's best design? I know he designed the Corvette. He designed a lot of different cars, but to me, this one, well, the 1965 one is a little bit different. 63, 64, and 65 share the same shell, but the only difference with the 65 is they have the clam style headlights on the sides where the parking lights are on these ones. And those ones are really unique. In the comment section below, what is your favorite Bill Mitchell design? Let's talk about some 1964 Buick Riviera specs. It rode a wheelbase of 117 inches, had an overall length of 208 inches long, 76.3 inches wide, 53 inches tall. Base price started at $4,333, which is equivalent to you going down to your local dealership and spending $40,185.64. There was one engine available for 1964 in 2 different formats. It was the 425 Nailhead V8. The standard version was 340 horsepower. Optional 425 Super Wildcat, which offered dual quads. They were Carter AFB carburetors, rated at 360 horsepower. There was only 2,122 Rivieras that left the factory in 1964 with the Super Wildcat engine. 1964 Buick Riviera only came with one transmission option, 3-speed automatic ST400. Motor Trend in 1964 was able to get a 0 to 60 time in 8 seconds, quarter mile 16 seconds. Top speed 115 miles per hour. They averaged about 13 miles per gallon. They also tested the 425 Super Wildcat, 125 miles per hour they could get out of it. 7 seconds, 0 to 60, and they averaged about 10 miles per gallon. Let's talk features. Power brakes, power steering came standard on the Riviera. Riviera suspension was standard Buick suspension. Double wishbone in the front, live axle, trailing arms, lateral track bar in the rear. 4 individual bucket seats. Yes, you heard that right. Even in the back, there are 2 bucket seats, which is an amazing feature. Options: deluxe interior, which added walnut inserts on the doors and below the rear windows. Tilt steering wheel, power windows, power driver's seat, air conditioning, remote driver's mirror, white wall tires, cruise control, power door locks, AM/FM radio, automatic trunk release. Okay, let's talk about this door panel. Just check this out. So the rear passengers have access to a door handle. It's right here, and then you pull up on it just like in an Impala or the Buick Electra. Door handle here as well. This one features power seats, 4-way power seats, back, up, forward, and down the other way. Vent windows that are controlled with this hand crank. Really cool, very elegant, in my opinion. It's got 4 electric windows for the big windows as well as the quarter windows that go down. This is to control the mirror. Just look at this interior in here. It's 4 bucket seats. To get in the back, you just push this up, but notice how the back of the seat is. Usually it's completely flat. This one goes up. Just check out how much space you have back there. This is me sitting in the back of the Buick Riviera. It's got a lot of room for as big as a car this is. They always called this the gentleman's hot rod. but as you can see, this is how much space you have. There are no ashtrays in the armrest. Generally there is. Power window button is there, but notice the door handle so you could get out back here. Extremely nice touch. Those would be lights if the battery was on. You have coat hangers back here. Notice how the chrome goes all the way around the windows. It's really nice the whole way around. Another coat hook here. Another light. Coming back to the console here in the rear, ashtray for the rear passengers, as well as a cigarette lighter. Found this button on the back of the console. If you guys know what that does, put it in the comment section below. Moving back to the front, just check out this interior. Man, it's gorgeous. Let's walk through this dashboard. Chrome pullout all the way to the left is for the parking lights as well as the low beam lights. In front of the driver sits 3 pods. On the left-hand side is the speedometer, odometer, as well as the trip gauge. Notice the gold accents behind, or in the center of the gauges. It's a really cool accent color. It works really well in here. In the center, there is a clock. Below the clock, turn signal indicators. Off to the right, another big pod. There's only one gauge in it, though, the fuel gauge, and it's at the top. All the others, the oil, amp, and temperature, they're all idiot lights. Just to the right sits another pull-out button. It's for the wipers. Just below that is the ignition switch with the key. Just moving to the right, or directly in the center of the car, is the radio with the radio controls. Just notice that this interior features the walnut wood accents for the deluxe interior. Just below the radio is the defroster and the heat controls, as well as the ventilation controls. The gear selector is on the floor in this particular car, and just notice that they spelled out park where park is. That's unique. I've never seen that before. Moving back to the top, right in front of the passenger seat is the glove box. Just notice how this opens up. It opens up opposite of most other glove boxes and has a surprisingly deep storage area, all things considered. Okay, moving back to the center, just above the radio, just check out these 2 switches. One's for courtesy lights, one's for antenna. I've seen other cars that have way more switches in this area. What do those control? In the comment section below. I wanted to show you some cool, unique features from the front. So you have 2 sticks over here. It can't be the drive select because that's usually on the right hand side, but the drive select in this car is over here on the floor. So the one right here, this is your turn signal indicator, which your turn signals are right in front of you, left and right. This one down here, this one's actually got tilt wheel. So you can pull this out and adjust. It's really hard to show you this and hold the camera. So there you go. This is what you see behind the steering wheel when you look over the hood. It's a magnificent view. All right, getting in the trunk. Just notice how much space you have back here. They have a fire extinguisher in the back, which is always a great idea if you have an old car. Notice where the bumper jack is located. Right back in here. It's where it's meant to go. Full-size spare. This is a really nice sized trunk. Okay, we're up here to the under the hood section part. Now to open the hood, there's a lever right here, and it doesn't go this way, it actually goes this way. And it just makes a little popping noise. It's not anything drastic like some hoods are. And then you just simply pull up on it. This hood's heavy. But just check out that beautiful engine. So the battery's here, your power steering, pump, and reservoir. Check out these belts. Notice how they have grooves. They're not smooth like most of them. windshield washer reservoir. There's your power brake. It has power brake booster behind it, but it's only a single master cylinder. This got a windshield washer bottle in it too, so that must be the original bottle, and then they put that in later. Has an alternator. See how easily that shuts? That's what's so nice about all this older stuff. But just check out how this hood is designed. Notice it starts almost as wide as a pencil up there, and it gets wider. It's usually the opposite way, but it's this way this time. It gets wider as it comes up to this hood ornament here, and it comes down the hood. The hood slopes down. Also, check out these vents. These windshield wipers are completely metal, and they're like nickel plated. They're not really shiny, but they're definitely special. There's the mirror design. Okay, one last thing I want to mention before we move on to the pros and cons. Buick sold 112,000 Rivieras from 1963 to 1965. Compared that to their biggest competitor, which was the Ford Thunderbird, in the same time period sold 230,000 T-Birds, which is crazy. Because if you really think about it, the automotive journalists, critics praised this car for being able to outstop, outhandle, and out-accelerate the Ford Thunderbird, but it didn't matter. The public bought almost double, well, it was double, Thunderbirds over the Riviera. In the comment section, which one, if you were given the option today, which one would you go out and buy? The Thunderbird or the Riviera? Me, personally, I'd buy the Riviera all day long over the Thunderbird. Not saying that I don't like the Thunderbird, just look at this styling. Just look at it, it's gorgeous. Not saying that the Thunderbird isn't gorgeous, but this is like a totally different level. Okay, on to the pros and cons. I'm getting all the pros and cons from a book that I got when I was a kid. It is called The Complete Book of Collectible Cars. It's from 1930 to 2000. I need an updated version, but I can't find one. So let's go to the pros. Landmark design, one of the best of the 1960s. Milestone car status. Outstanding construction quality. Buckets and consoles appeal. Performance. The cons. Bulk and fuel consumption. Is there any other cons or pros in the comment section below? Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, toodaloo!